Hey, this is Adeea, the Trendy Socialite. I hope all is well with you. I am back with another vlog, Days of Summer. Today is Friday, August the 10th, and it's a little after 8, and I'm getting started with my day because today I move into the sorority house. Yes! So, to commemorate this day, I'm wearing my own sorority t-shirt. See? Let me see. Holla! Yes. I'm about to demonstrate and model for these other deltas what a real delta is supposed to be like. Holla! So, yes, I'm getting ready to do that. Going over to the house to let a workman in. And then I'm gonna start making some trips back and forth, in and out, to start moving my things in. Okay, so today's vlog is just a little tiny bit of a rant. And I've probably said this before, at least on Twitter and sometimes on Facebook, but sometimes I love my natural hair community. I will take my earrings off for a lot of people in the natural hair community. But sometimes there are some people in the natural hair community that that are very challenging. I will say that. So, I follow lots of people, and there's lots of conversations. And it's everything in the natural hair community. First of all, those of you that are new or newer to the natural hair community, just like with fashion and with most things, trends and fads within certain lifestyles and communities and movements, whatever you want to call this, things are cyclical. So what is hot today will likely be hot again in 2 or 3 years. And it appears that the natural hair community is on a 3-year cycle, because things that were hot when I first went natural are now hot again. So anyway, there is now renewed talk about some growth aids. Some are, and generally there are people that accept the practice of using growth aids and that don't. And then even within that discussion, there are growth aids that are deemed acceptable and not acceptable. Can I just say, like, who determines that? Because I don't think anyone other than the individual who is taking care of their own hair and determining what their journey is going to be determines what is acceptable and not acceptable for their hair. And so I was following this one discussion on Facebook yesterday, and the person was like, people were just really being kind of sanctimonious about the whole thing. And, I would never, and I just would never, and never, and I just, it's gonna grow the way it grows, and you just should be happy with the way it grows, and, really, people? Really? So, should you, honestly, and this may not be a direct analogy, but people could have the same sort of effect or same sort of argument about weight loss. You lose the weight that you lose naturally. Like, you shouldn't do or take anything that could increase the rate of your weight loss. You shouldn't alter it. It is what it is. You lose weight or don't the way you lose weight or don't. So I feel it is very similarly the same way in the natural hair community. Trust me, you don't get any extra jewels in your crown, any extra prizes or anything like that for whether or not or any extra bragging rights for whether or not you use growth aids or not. You just don't. So For those that, you know, have this, well, I would never, yeah, well, good for you. That's awesome. But for those of us that choose to do that, don't knock us. Don't have a condescending nose up in the air, eyes cast down on us sort of mentality, because that's not going to serve you or the community well. I just think that, as I've stated before, this is a very individual journey, just like salvation is. And just like there are things that I have to do to maintain myself as a Christian that you may not have to do, and vice versa. There are temptations that I have as a Christian that you may not have. Doesn't make me any less of a Christian than you, or vice versa. It just means that there are things that I have to watch out for that you don't have to watch out for, and vice versa. And it's the same thing in the natural hair community. There are things that I'm willing to do to my hair as a naturalista that you may not be willing to do. Okay, that is fine. But don't like knock me and have this kind of, you know, you're slightly beneath me and you're impatient with my hair because I use a growth aid. Really? I mean, people could say the same thing about you're impatient with your weight loss if you take a supplement, if you take protein, if you know. So we just need to really be careful how we posture ourselves among each other in the natural hair community. So that's my little mini rant, because it's becoming a little pervasive and it's kind of getting on my nerves. So I mean, and there are things and situations and views that I have that I'm very passionate about. And this is one. I'm very passionate about everyone in the natural hair community having the right to their journey being the way they want it to be. So for anyone to dictate that to me, or to try to dictate that, is just really not the move. That is not the business at all. So yeah, I just think we really need to be careful with that. Okay, so I am almost at the house and I will talk to you all later. I do have something very, 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 very special that I want to share with you all that I would love for you to support if you absolutely can. But I need to like put on some makeup and look my best when I talk to you about this. So that will be coming over the weekend. You all take care and be blessed. Bye.